So, it's me again, and, yeah, sorry, had to make sure it was on, and I'm going to do a movie review, and this time I'm going to be reviewing a movie called Devil Seed. I didn't actually buy the movie, because most of the movies I will probably review, I won't have the cases for unless I do my reviews at Family Video, just because I rent a lot of my movies, because I watch a lot of indie movies and indie horror, and some of them are just downright really bad. So I don't, because you normally have a cool looking front cover, and the back cover is nothing. There's no, it's just like a paragraph of the plot, and it sounds kind of lame, but the front cover makes it look really cool. So I rent a lot of my movies, and this movie is directed by George A. Sager. And pretty much, this is what the movie case looks like. It's the exact same picture as the disc. So, kind of cool. Demon-like looking girl. This is Devil Seed. And a ground of blood. High heels, blood on her. Really sexy-like. Done by Matchbox and Imagination Worldwide, if you can see it. 98 minutes, so not that long of a film, but nobody really big in it. There's no actresses or actors that I saw and I looked them up and they're not really in anything else, and if they are, it's other indie movies I've never heard of. So anyway, Devil Seed is about this girl I believe she's returning to college and moving back in with some of her friends. And one night they go out drinking and having a good time. And her and her friend Jessica get too drunk. And on the way home, they stop at a psychic's office. I don't know why. There's no real reason for it. And the psychic's doing some kind of reading, but it seems more like a medium type reading, or like a seance where you're like calling the dead, than like a normal I see your future type psychic. And she starts saying she sees this person, and this person wants to talk to the girl, and the girl's freaking out, saying, I don't want to do this anymore. And shit's happening, tables are moving, wind. But not like extreme, like you'll see in a seance, like everything falling everywhere. It's just kind of minor stuff. Plus, they're drunk, and the psychic is a little crazy looking. But anyway, she has like some kind of episode and freaks out, gets knocked back out of her chair. And the next morning, she wakes up with no memory of having done any of that. She barely remembers going out to drink. And she's wondering, she's like, did somebody slip me something? Maybe somebody put something in my drink? And her friend's like, no, you just, we went to the psychics, and you had an episode, and you really freaked me out and all this. But anyway, so this girl basically, she starts having visions and hearing stuff like there's ghosts in the house. She's seeing stuff like run through and things that aren't there. At night, she's waking up with scratch marks all on her. She gets like this weird little circle with a line through it, like on the top of her breast. And, she's waking up with like X's that are scarred on her. And she doesn't know what's going on. She's freaking out. She's telling her friend, and her friend doesn't believe her, doesn't know what's going on. Her friend goes to like a guidance counselor type person at the college and talks to him, and he pretends like he doesn't know what's going on when he talks to her, like, okay, let's see what's going on with you. And she thinks she's going, crazy, but keeps saying she's not crazy. She doesn't know what's going on. And you kind of find out that it's like this demon, and it possesses her sometimes. Like, once in a while it just grabs her and scratches her and shit, but sometimes it actually, like, possesses her. It makes her do weird shit. She'll go stand in one of her roommate's rooms and just, like, stood there staring at the girl while she slept. And then when she woke up and she did, like, this weird demonic voice to tell the girl to go away and don't touch her or some shit. She just does weird ass shit like that. And her friends then, even though she's talking in like a deep demonic voice, her friends still think, it's her, and they don't know what's going on. They're freaked out. Her boyfriend thinks that she's cutting herself to get the marks. And there's no real, like, reason for why this demon is there. She goes back to the psychic to figure out what to do, and the psychic's just like, oh, well, you can't stop it because it wants to make sure the baby lives. And the girl's like, what baby? And she starts freaking out about some baby, and she doesn't know what's going on. And then the psychic basically tells her, well, the only way you can get rid of it is to die. I mean, are you kidding me? That's how you get rid of a demon, is you die? It doesn't make any sense. Because I've never heard a psychic reading where a demon possesses somebody. And it's like, oh, I summoned a demon to you, and it's your fault. Go away, I have nothing to do with you. Oh, and by the way, the demon's fucking you, giving you a baby, and the only way to get rid of everything is to die. Really? That's what exorcisms are for and shit. The movie doesn't really make much sense. So, I'm gonna keep telling you, like, the end of the movie type of deal, just because this is another movie I watch where I really don't recommend it. It's slow, it's jumpy, there's not, much sense to the actual movie. But, anyway, for some reason her boyfriend comes back to her house, and she starts making out with him, telling him to fuck her. And then the demon pulls her back on the bed and just starts shaking her, I guess, on the bed and doing weird shit. And she flies up in the air and hovers, and he's freaking out like, what the fuck is that? And I guess it raped her, even though you don't see it, and she doesn't lose her clothes. And I don't know, but she got pregnant after that, and they blame the boyfriend. Her guidance counselor went and talked to his father, and I guess his father was a priest. Because, the priest shows up at the end to exorcise her. And the only way he really does it is, like, he does it, but he dies in the process. And it's like, he exorcises her. She's passed out for, like, 10 seconds. Gets up and runs outside, even though he's dead right next to her. Not knowing what the fuck is going on, and gets hit by a car because her friend thinks she's still possessed. And you're like, what the fuck? I've never seen an exorcism where this bitch loses it, and, it's like, oh, 10 seconds later, I'm up and can bolt the fuck out the door? No, are you kidding me? But anyway, she dies. And you think the movie's over, and you're kind of happy. You're like, yay, it finally ended. I don't gotta watch this shit no more. But no, they want to throw a twist in the end, because for some reason, these indie horror movies that suck balls through the whole fucking thing want to have a twist. So, you find, it's these two people, and I guess they're at some kind of adoption agency. And the lady's like, oh yeah, the baby's in perfect health. And the mom's like, oh, can I have some history on the mother? She's like, oh yeah, she was in a car accident when she was like 4 weeks pregnant. She gave birth at 4 weeks pregnant? Are you shitting me? I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm so confused, because like, oh, the baby's fine, you don't gotta worry. And I'm like, you can't have a baby at 4 weeks. That doesn't work. I don't care what logic you're using. Like, oh yeah, we pulled the baby out of her when she died. Sure you did. And then they're like, okay, well, how about some history on the father? And it goes to the credits.